I'm out here on the Black Hills Ultra Trail, which is the Centennial Trail at this point of the run. I'm out here training for the Black Hills Ultra, and I thought I'd give folks that are going to run the Black Hills Ultra like a creek crossing report. And so that's what I'm going to do here on this video. I'm about 9.3 miles from Dalton Lake, heading towards Elk Creek. And technically what's ahead of me right here is a creek crossing, because one time this saved our butts when we were dry backpacking the Centennial Trail, and there was actually water here. There seldom ever is water here, and this is technically the first creek crossing. You can tell that it isn't much of a crossing, and it won't be this year unless the water rises. So that's the first creek crossing report. Pretty dry at this point. It is June 16th. That gives a pretty good shot of what the trail looks like down in this creek bottom. Now I'm coming up upon what I consider the real creek crossings of Elk Creek on the Centennial Trail for the Black Hills Ultra. And we're going to give you a creek crossing report. We're about, let's see, 10.8 miles from Dalton Lake heading towards Sturgis. Now, I totally realize that this video's going to have a very limited audience, but that's okay. If somebody finds benefit in it, that's good. I'm thinking the people that would like this are people that are going to run the Black Hills Ultra, 50K, 50 mile, or 100 miler. The 30K won't really matter to them because they don't cross this creek. Or Centennial Trail through hikers, because they might be relying on water here, which I've done before and found out the hard way that it isn't always here. Or even hikers who might want water here. So we're about to find out. This is, I had that little bitty creek crossing, but this is the first one that I consider a real creek crossing on the Black Hills Ultra. I think I already said it's June 26th. It's June 16th, 2026. So we have about 10 days till the Black Hills Ultra. I've been in this section where I've been up to my knees in water before. So I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that when we get around the corner here, the creek's dry. I've walked through here where I was in a lot of water, even right here. And it don't look good for water. Now, if you're a person that's hiking or running and you don't like to get your feet wet, well, I guess that'll be good news. If you are through hiking and need this as a water source, I think this is bad news. This is what we got. This is what I consider the first major creek crossing. And sometimes there's a rope across here to help us get through because the water's so deep. I've been up to almost my rear end in water going through here before. It's a neat area. But I think there's 4 creek crossings. This is number 1, 2, 3, and 4 coming up. I think they're all going to be dry. Let's go find out. Sometimes the creek goes underground at a certain point, and it's still above ground at a certain point. So we're going to continue on the course and see what the other creek crossings look like. Pretty dry. Here's the second crossing. I might add that if you are never been here, you're from out of town, I'd be surprised if there's water here in 10 days. However, this creek is unpredictable. It might be full of water. I don't know. But this is what it is right now. I just had to stop right here. There's so much neat greenery down in here. These things look like rhubarb. Maybe they're a form of wild rhubarb, but they're just massive. Let's see if I can get my hand out there to give you a reference. No surprise, the third crossing of Elk Creek is not moist at all. This is what I found several years ago when I was through hiking. I expected to get water here. So I had a long night without water because there isn't any. Well, you could have watched me die on camera right there. Just gotta slow down when I'm messing with this phone. Now, fourth creek crossing of Elk Creek is real dry. Gonna run up here and meet Tammy. She's picking me up at the other end, and she'll probably be down in here studying plants and stuff. I always get myself confused. I'm always saying that there are 4, I think, and maybe I'm confused today. Anyway, here's another creek crossing. I think it's number 5, I don't know. I get goofy when I'm out here running so far. At any rate, if you are wondering how close these creek crossings are together, this one is probably a half a mile-ish from the first one I showed you. So they're not very far apart, and as you can see, there isn't very much water. Thought I'd, along with the creek report, give a greenery report. The greenery is really neat down this creek bottom, even though there's no water. For a long ways back there, I was running along an embankment that's heading in the same direction as this, and I just get the feeling that all of that was man-made. It just makes me, and speaking of greenery, holy moly, there's some greenery. I think this embankment, yeah, it just keeps going and going. And back there ways it went for at least a half a mile. And it just seems like there was stacked rock, man-made, on this embankment. And it keeps going and going and going this way and going back that way. So if anybody watching this knows anything about this history of this, I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it was a flume, railroad track, something to do with mining, who knows? But all these rocks stacked like that, it just keeps going for at least a half a mile. Not sure what it is. But if you know, that'd be really good for me and anybody that watches this video to learn about it. Because it just goes along like that and just keeps going and going and going down to the creek bottom. So that's probably enough of my rambling fever for today. If you got some benefit out of this, I know it's a very limited audience, but if you found it interesting in any way, it'd be really nice if you'd give me a thumbs up, and even better yet, subscribe and watch some more of my all over the page video if you like. I better go find my wife. She's up here waiting on me.